Even though I've put the no notification box on, I don't get any notifications.
Okay, so on the computer, so here is the server, and
Yes.
on top here, School of Future. I go down here, notification settings,
Just a
and
sec. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. It's all messages.
so click on all messages. Then you will
All
get
right.
notifications for everything.
All right. Well, thanks. Yeah, now I got it.
All right,
Thank you.
no problem. Okay, all right, so let's get started, everybody. I want to get started on the Discord chat here, so everybody get on the general chat. And we're gonna do something similar to last week, like a chatterfall. So I'm gonna tell you guys a prompt, and then you're gonna write your responses. And if you feel that you want to share out loud and speak out loud about what you're typing or what you're writing, please give me the raise hand emoji on Zoom, and then yeah, you guys could speak. All right. So first thing is, what's an emotional trait you've grown out of? So please tell us in the chat, what's an emotional trait that you've grown out of? And again, if you want to share out loud, you totally can. Impatience. A lot of people are saying impatience. So if anyone wants to share like how they became that they grew out of that, how did they become more patient? Okay, and while you guys are finishing up that, tell us anything that's happened to you emotionally in the last week. Anything that's happened to you emotionally in the last week. Anyone wants to share, this is a safe space. I know everybody is going through something, so maybe if one of us shares, another one will, and we can show our support for one another, because I know you guys are going through a lot, having some breakdowns, feeling anxious. Yeah, can totally relate. Yeah, Rian. Rian, if you wanna talk, you're more than welcome. Okay. Next thing, what is one thing that you learned about emotional intelligence this week that you think is absolutely essential for everyone to understand? One thing you learned about emotional intelligence this week that you think is absolutely essential for everyone to understand. Yes, and feel free to respond to other students. Tell them that you're there for them, that you're proud of them. Ooh, boundaries, yes. Learning to say no. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very important to have boundaries and take care of yourself, because if you're saying yes all the time, if you're letting people take advantage of you, you're not gonna, you know, you're gonna burn out a bit and you're not gonna be able to take care of yourself to do the things that you need to do. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Okay, next thing. What would you like the world to know about emotional intelligence? What would you like the world to know about emotional intelligence? Emotions are not things to hide. Yeah. That mental health is just as important as physical health. Yes, 100%. We have to take care of our mind just as much as we take care of our bodies. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody is going through some type of emotion, and that we need to be more empathetic and aware. Good, good responses. Okay, and the last thing, what tell us a reason or reasons why people don't talk about emotions. Why do people not want to talk about their emotions? What is a reason for that? And again, if you, I would love to hear you what you guys speak and share. So if anyone wants to talk, uh, yes, Rima, go ahead.
Yes, because now people always, it's hard to explain what actually your emotions is, and it's hard. We have been raised to not show our emotions, most people actually. So you do not want to let other people to know what you actually feel. So I think it's really hard for people to explain what they feel while their entire life was hard for them to explain it.
Yeah, absolutely. We are not really encouraged to share emotions in the way we feel. And why is that? Why are we not encouraged to do so? What is it that society believes will happen if we don't share our emotions? If anyone else wants to answer. Okay. Rian, do you want to speak? I feel like you have a lot to say, and I would love to hear you talk about. All right. Okay. So now that we've started thinking about emotions. Oh, okay. All right, no problem. So, okay. Now that we were thinking about emotions and all these things and thinking about also what's going on with us and what's going on with others. Now we're gonna start your challenge that you're gonna do with your teams. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide each of you a different picture. And you're going to look at this picture. You're gonna tell, each of you are gonna tell your teammates how it makes you feel, what kind of story can you connect to this picture, how can you relate? And then you're going to work together to create one cohesive story about this picture. So you're gonna have a total of 30 minutes to share your personal story, your personal experience, your personal feelings. Then you will speak amongst one another and create one cohesive, one story that you're going to present to us after 30 minutes. All right, so go ahead and so I'll actually send the instructions as well into the team messages. So you're going to look at a picture, I'm going to send it to you right now, and you're going to talk about your personal experience, your personal story, your personal emotions. Then you will come together and create one cohesive story, which you will present when we come back to this call. Okay, so please go ahead to your Discord chats and your Discord voice channels. If you're having trouble with those, please let me know. I'll put you guys in breakout rooms, but please, the Discord voice, if that works for you, please stay there. You have 30 minutes. And if you have any questions or anything or something you're worried about or anything like that, I will be here, or you can send me a message as well. All right, well, good luck, enjoy, have fun, talk about all the feelings, and I'm really looking forward to hearing all your stories in a little bit. All right, everyone, time is up. Welcome back. Please be ready to present with your videos on. Each of you on your team has to speak. If you're having some problems with mics and things, just let me know. It's fine. And yeah, make sure that you write down your story in the Google document, because I'm going to take a look at it after. And please have a pen and paper or something to write notes down on, so that you can hear everyone's story, and you're going to vote for the story that you thought was the most interesting, most powerful, the one you liked the most, okay? So make sure you're taking notes, you're listening attentively to each story. Make sure that when your team is presenting, your videos are on, and each of you are presenting, except those who are having like mic problems or issues. So, all right, so let's get started. Which team would like to go first? So each team has 3 minutes to present. While you're listening, make sure you're taking notes, make sure you're noting down the things you like, because you are going to vote right after we finish all the presentations. So please, one team, please volunteer to go, or I might have to pick someone.
I think we can do it.
All right, Selvina. Okay, perfect. Selvina, can you tell us your team name and the picture that you chose, so I can share, or sorry, not chose, the picture I assigned you, so I can display it.
So should I just like share my screen, or?
I don't think you can. I will share, I will take a look, and I will share the picture.
Okay, perfect.
The one with the hands. All right. So, okay, so Selvina, your team name, and yeah, have everyone on your team their videos on and ready to go.
Yeah, we are Team Savage Sisters. And yeah, exactly, we had this picture. And so first, can I say what we thought of when we saw this picture. So we thought like a little bit about healthcare, COVID and its restrictions, elderly that are a bit helpless, maybe also a little bit betrayal, orphanage, also burden in the sense like of money and people helping each other, sadness, losing people or family members, and death. Exactly. And then our story, it's a little bit sad, but I think I'm just gonna start some few sentences and then maybe Annika can continue. So, little Mia loves her grandparents very much. She would stop by every day after school since they live in the same house. In the summer, her parents got offered a new job in a different country, and therefore the whole family had to move without the grandparents. Little Mia was very sad since she knew that it would be a long time until she could see them again. She was their little assistant and would remind them to take their daily medication and play games with them. Annika, can you continue?
So, her grandparents love her a lot. They couldn't stay without her even for a few seconds. A few months after she and her parents had moved, the pandemic started and the healthcare industry was struggling. Little Mia was terrified for her grandparents since the most affected group are the elderly, because they have a very weak immune system. It was very difficult and sad situation. They couldn't even visit the grandparents. Okay, I think somebody else from the group can continue.
Maybe Danusri?
Yeah, I can continue now.
Okay.
Okay, so it was a very difficult and sad situation. They couldn't even visit the grandparents. All the flights were cancelled in both the countries due to the pandemic. Little Mia can only see her grandparents through video calls. A few weeks passed and little Mia and her parents haven't yet got tested positive for COVID-19. Now, to the shock of all, the family was called and informed about the positive test of the grandparents who are now under special treatment. All were sad and panicked about the news. Nevertheless, they got the opportunity to go and visit the grandparents one last time. Having arrived in their hometown, Mia immediately runs to the hospital where her grandparents are waiting in wheelchairs since they don't have the energy to stand or walk by themselves. So one last time, they all gather around the table outside and play a board game. As little Mia says her goodbyes, she holds her grandma's hands and says, "You're the best grandparents in the world." All happy, the family then leaves to stay in the house of the grandparents. That night, they probably got the worst call of their lives. Both grandparents had died in their sleep and no one could save them because the virus had already taken them. That's our story.
All right. Thank you, Savage Sisters. That was really good, really cohesive, and awesome. Okay. So I hope, I'm sure that we are feeling a lot of things after hearing that story. And, that's definitely one of the objectives. So good. All right. Next team, who would like to go next? Okay, Korsten, your team can go next.
All right. Well, we are Team Jagnu. And can you show the picture, please?
Yes, I'm changing it right now. Okay.
Sorry, which team were you? I couldn't hear it.
Jagnu.
Okay, thanks.
Right. So in front of us, we have the picture that our mentor sent to us. It seems to be a boy who is alone, surrounded with couples and people who are together. Um, we initially thought that he could have had a breakup and that's why he's alone. After that, we came to a conclusion that maybe the boys and girls in the background were his friends, but left him alone to see the people they love. Um, so yeah, we also have a thought that maybe he has other problems like drugs or uh, unstable mental health, which all can, well, come to the same conclusion of him being sad around those people. After that, we wrote a little story, and just like the team did before, I'm gonna read a few sentences and then they can take it over. So I'll start. Once upon a time, in a city named Paradise, there lived a boy, David. He was very popular in college, and he started to feel superior and entitled. He had everything he wanted, and that's where I'll stop, and I can let my team go on.
So I continue. A friend group, he had everything he wanted. A friend group, many followers, and a popular girlfriend. He became very proud of himself and started bullying the lonely people. In order to maintain being popular, he got himself into drugs. And other people continue the story.
Okay, I'll continue. And with time, he fell out quickly, and he had racing. He was left by his friend and his girlfriend, and he was all alone. His period finished him, and he was lonely, addressed, and to drugs and stressed. He struggles with mental health and have depression. He forgot about school life, and he did not like people, and they judge him, and he tried to escape from them and bad influence. And we said also he was afraid and want to run away. He did not want to face the problem and solve it. So he tried it away from the community. And this is this. And another person can continue.
Okay. Thank you, Team Jugno. Thank you for your beautiful story. Feeling a lot of things, very emotional. So, all right. Who would like to go next? We have Elon Musk and we have Gold Diggers still to go. These are really good, great stories so far, and I hope you are all taking notes. All right, Hanifa. Go ahead, get started, and the picture.
Yeah, we had that picture, and we don't have a really long story, so I could just tell a little bit about what we thought about the picture. We all told a story about a vacation or a holiday with a family, and we all connected relaxation, happiness, joy with the picture. And we thought about a story. We wrote a story from the first person narrative, like it happened to me. So I could start reading. After I got my math test back last week, I was really frustrated and sad. I did not want to do something with everyone around me and distance myself from my family. Should I? After I could go on.
Okay. uh, okay, give me a second. Yeah. They go. As Hanifa said, she was stressed, and her family surprised her with the tickets to the beach. And they went to the beach, and she thought at first she thought it was an awful vacation, but then she started to enjoy the moment. She had a great family time. Uh, she got to know more about everything. I mean, what's going on besides her schoolwork. Um, I think Hanifa can take over from here.
I could read the whole text because I think Afra couldn't open it, but it goes on with, my family noticed it and tried to find out what was bothering me, but they couldn't find it out, so they surprised me with a trip to the beach. At first I thought it was an awful idea, but when we arrived, I felt like the weight on my shoulders has just fallen off. The whole the whole day we played and had a barbecue, but the really beautiful thing was that when we watched the sunset, I felt relaxed and realized that even though I treated my family bad, they are always gonna be there for me. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Gold Diggers. And we have one more team left. So we have Elon Musk. That team has to go, so please get started. I showed your picture.
All right, so I'm just gonna give the story for my team. My camera doesn't really work, so I hope that's not an issue. When we first looked at this photo, we kind of got the idea of perspectives. And not only perspectives, but also the emotions people experience or go through. And they can show like a calm face, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be calm in other aspects of their life, dependent on what they're going through, maybe in their family life or in their social life, or maybe even in their school life. And that can also be tied in with the whole idea of perspectives. People feel different emotions based on different things that they see in life in different aspects of their life. So for me, what personally came to mind was when I saw these faces, I thought each face could symbolize land, air, and water. And all of these three work in hand to create life. And that is how we all alive at the moment. And if one element isn't in the cycle or isn't with the other three, then the cycle would fall apart. And that kind of reminds me of the circle of life, or like food chains in nature. If one element is removed, the others don't really work in harmony as they should. But not only that, we also can compare that to people. And we see that people don't really have one emotion at a time. People have many emotions at a time. And because of that, that makes us whole, that makes us humane, that makes us human, that makes us feeling. And if one person had to always be happy at the same time all the time, there'd be something wrong with that. So we have different emotions at the same time, even if we only really put on one face. Um, and yeah, I think that me personally, what came to mind was when people were spreading rumors around about me, and I'm sure this has happened with many people, where you know one story and someone else will narrate a different story about you, but you know what your different faces are, you know what your different emotions are. And I think that some people, you show some people a certain face and you show other people a certain face, and some people you show every side of you. So I think that would be our story. I think it's not really a proper narrative story, but it's comparing perspectives to everything in life and every aspect and element in life. If anyone in my team would like to contribute, then that would be great.
So after like picking up what we all said, we all kind of could see a little bit of like this overcoming part regarding to this photo, because we all felt like very personal, like to our experiences, and like we all agreed that we should pay attention to our emotions and at the same time not being afraid of showing them, because like we could, in my case for example, I can see in this image how we live show in one face sometimes when we look like we're happy all the time, but at the same time we hide it. We hide like the angry face or the sad face that you could see also in the image. So like we have two sides of ourselves, one that we show and one that we don't like to show, even though it's still there. So we created a very small story because we centered more in sharing our experiences. So the story was like, there was this girl, and she always looked like she was the perfect girl that lived the perfect life, because she seemed like she seemed always happy, always very, she was very popular with with the people in her school. So no one never imagined that she was actually sad, but it was not like that, because she always liked to help the other people. So when she helped others, she also started accumulating or those negative feelings of the people that she tried to help with the overcoming their own issues. And at the end, she started feeling sad also, but she didn't want to share it because she didn't want to break that relationship with their friends that she always looked so happy. But there was once this friend that saw her walking in the school so very sad, and the guy asked her if she was okay, and she said yes. But the guy asked her again and was very persuasive on the way he asked. So at the end, she said she told him that she was actually very sad because of all the things that have been happening to her. And they talked about what issues she had, and at the end, she noticed how well she started feeling after she talked with her friend, and she learned how important it is to have friends that help you in times that you feel so bad, and that you also should try to express your feelings every time you have the opportunity, so you don't accumulate everything that is killing you inside. That would be it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yes.
It's my video. Yeah. To add on to the story, I wanted to also explain how when you have someone like that, someone who's popular and someone who everyone kind of looks up to, everyone admires because they're so friendly, they're so talkative, they're so helpful, and a lot of people can look at them and think they're so perfect, they have such a perfect life, they're always so happy. And I think that this kind of situation can cause other people to think that if they're sad, if they're angry, like they're not that perfect person that they're looking up to. And I think it's really important to have someone who has quite a position. They have a lot of friends, they're quite an influence. I think it's important that they are able to show that it's normal to have emotions, it's normal to be angry, it's normal to be sad, because it would help stop other people suppressing them, and it would bring everyone closer together.
All right. Thank you. Thank you to all the teams for sharing all the beautiful stories, emotional, very powerful stories. I know that it is sometimes difficult to open up and talk about your experiences and your emotions. But, you know, I think that that is part of this journey, and to better understand each other and to better understand the world and yourself, I think it's important to share and speak. And this is a safe space, and this is a place where we all, you know, we're all supporting one another. So thank you all for sharing. Now, I would like each of you to please send me in our private channel you cannot vote for your own team. So vote for the story, the team that you thought was the most interesting. Also, one member of your team, please post your team and story into the general chat. Okay, so write your team name and your story. So if there are people who had trouble hearing or had connection problems, they can read it. So one person from your team post in the general chat, and then vote. Send me in our private channel your vote, which team you thought had the most interesting, most powerful, made you feel, which one did you like the most? And yes, please tell me why. You have to tell me why you chose that story. Send me your votes in the next minute, please, because I'm going to announce the winner very soon. And please specifically write which team, because I'm not going to remember 1, 2, or 3, or 4. So there was Jugnu, there were Savage Sisters, Elon Musk, and Gold Diggers. So make sure you specifically write which team and why.
Can you repeat the names, please?
So Jugnu, okay, so I'm gonna share the screen. So hopefully you guys are writing your stories here. So there's Jugnu, Elon Musk, Gold Diggers, and Savage Sisters. So please, one of your teammates, post your team name and story into the chat. And please send me your votes. Okay, if you have sent me your vote, now go to your Google Documents and do the pluses and deltas for this week. So pluses being what went right and what should continue happening, and deltas being what things can improve for next time. So once you're done voting, go to your Google document and write in the pluses and deltas for your team.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Yes, so if you have sent me your vote, go to your team's Google document and type in the pluses and deltas. So the pluses being good, everything is good, we should continue this, and deltas being things that could be improved.
Sorry, but I can't do go to the Google Docs right now. Can I do it after the lesson?
Yes. Make sure that you do it though, okay? It's important for your team. So yeah, if you can't do it now, please do it shortly after. Please do it after. And so, votes, pluses and deltas. Last thing, go to the general chat and give a shout out or appreciation to as many people as you'd like. So thank you at da for this, or shout out to da for this. All right. So you are going to do your vote, send in your vote first, go to your Google document, do the pluses and deltas. And then the last thing you'll do is shout outs in the general chat. And please be specific about which team, okay? Because I'm not going to, everyone talked about similar, or similar emotions and things like that. So please be specific. And you cannot vote for your own team. You cannot vote for your own team. Okay, and while we're finishing that up, does anybody want to talk or share something that they've learned during their time with their team, or share something about any emotions or feelings? Anything, any shout outs you want to share? Feel free to speak up. Jacoba, did you want to speak? Did you want to share something?
Sorry?
Did you want to, your mic is off, so did you want to share something with us?
Oh, no. Sorry. I think it turned on by itself.
No worries. If anybody wants to share an appreciation or share something that you learned during this process, please feel free. All right, so that is all for today. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for sharing your experiences, your stories. Thank you for being vulnerable, for opening up to one another. I hope that each week as we come together, we, get closer. We understand each other better. We can work together better as teams. So thank you all for being here. You all did a wonderful job. And I will announce the winner very soon. And if there are any questions or anything you'd like to share, you can ask me now. And remember that we have our mentor calls next week. So please check your calendars to check the time and make sure that you will be there. If there is something that came up, something that happened, something you have to change, please message me on Discord so that we can rearrange the time. But if you tell me very last minute, then you miss out on your mentor call, and that it's very important to be at those calls as we are, doing the work every every time, and be ready with your problem. Which problem are you looking to solve? Which problem? Last call we talked about the problems in the world that you were thinking about that make you angry, that make you frustrated. And now next week, in your call, you will have to tell me what problem you're going to focus on for the rest of your time at SOAP. Okay, so start thinking, work on your personal Google documents, doing research, because when we come together, we're going to do an activity with the problem that you choose. All right, so if there isn't anything else or any questions, yeah, we are done for today. Thank you all, and I'll see you all next week in our calls, during our calls.
Thanks for your hard work.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 I'm a little late for a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
In our team, I sent you a message, but in our team, we were talking about a meeting for our projects. And well, as I said earlier, I did not get the notifications of the group chat, so I couldn't sign in. Is there any possibility for me to still join that meeting, or is that not possible at all?
Wait, which meeting are you talking about?
Oh, well, I'm just gonna check my group chat for that. It takes a while. It was about a session, how to build your network.
Okay, so the session that's happening in a couple hours. Is that what
Yeah.
Okay. I will get you details on that and I'll send it to the general chat.
All right, awesome. So we can still join that.
So,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
hold on, because I have to I'm not able to join the meeting and I already signed up. So if I go out, maybe there would be like a free space where you could go in.
Okay, I will speak to the people who are holding the session and I will let them know how that works. I'm pretty sure that you guys can all go, but I will double check, okay?
All right, awesome.
I will
Thanks.
announce it on the general chat.
All right, and can we have the time for the meeting also?